Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you with the next lecture in applied psychological engineering. And this is the final lecture on our mini series on addiction, or our process of engineering recovery, throughout our journey of recovery from addiction. So the first aspect is understanding addiction, understanding the psychological aspect of addiction, the emotional aspect of addiction, and then the behavioral aspect of addiction, and understanding all the dimensions of sort of the variables, or the different variables, direct or indirect, that lead you to having addictive behavioral tendencies, or to having, you know, addiction, or having these unconscious compulsive natures. So we understand there is the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, and the body, or the heart. Do you sort of get it? They're the aspects of us that we can become addicted within. So we can become addicted consciously or psychologically to something, to where I create a belief that I need this, to where I use psychological language to reinforce negative behavioral patterns. Drinking is how I socialize. Drinking is how I relax. Drinking is, I need it to let off steam. Do you sort of get it? I'm creating a psychological belief that there is a need or necessity for alcohol to cope and deal with situations. And then there's the emotional or the unconscious addiction, which is based within either me suppressing emotions or suppressing emotional trauma. When I am emotionally healthy within myself, emotional addiction cannot happen. Do you sort of get it? Like, I can become, when I'm emotionally happy, I can psychologically become addicted to something, but I cannot become emotionally addicted to something because I am fulfilling my emotional needs internally. Do you sort of get it? So the only time I can become emotionally or unconsciously addicted to something is when I'm repressing or suppressing an aspect or dimension of myself, and that is causing an unconscious manifestation or compulsion of seeking. Do you sort of get it? So the compulsive nature of addiction is simply the strength of the urge to seek. The more I need to feel love, the higher my consumption of alcohol will be. Because it's like it starts as a need, and then it becomes a desire, and then it just becomes an insatiable hunger where I don't care about the alcohol anymore. It's just I need that feeling. I need that emotional release. I need that emotional suppression. I need to fog up my mind, whatever it is. Do you sort of get it? So to the level of my addictive nature, or the compulsive nature of my addiction, like the consumption rate will be to the level of suppression that I am placing on it. Do you get it? So the more I have to suppress my emotions, the more I'm going to have urges, compulsions, and desires to consume whatever my coping mechanism is. So if my coping mechanism is stress, I'm going to feel like I need to have sex with more and more and more people. If my coping method for stress is sex, I'll have to seek for more and more and more and more people. Do you sort of get it? It won't be about the sex anymore. It'll be about the variation of sex with different people. Like, do you sort of get it? This is how the compulsive, and the more I suppress those emotions, the more I suppress that trauma, the more I desire to fulfill that need. And the more that need becomes a necessity over a pleasure. Do you sort of get it? So we just understand emotionally, once I have dealt with my and addressed the emotions that I suppress, and then I address any trauma that I am suppressing, I am now emotionally whole. Do you sort of get it? So once I become emotionally whole, the influence or effect of the substance or the behavior minimizes naturally. Do you sort of get it? When I'm always down in the dumps, like the amplifier of methamphetamines, the amplifier of um, alcohol, all of that, like it brings me up to a normal level. Do you sort of get it? Like when I'm emotionally whole within myself, I'm already at that level. Anytime I want to go higher, I can go higher. Anytime I go lower, I can bring myself back up. Do you sort of get it? So, like the substance or the behavior ceases to have that medicinal or sort of coping sort of necessity or it necessate and I can't think of the word necessitates. I can't say it, but basically, like when the emotions are regulated, stable, and you have the ability to alter your emotional state and sort of manage your emotional state and your biochemical state, your compulsive need or nature towards any substance or behavior will naturally diminish because you have alternative measures that are better. So, like, for example, when I'm emotionally whole within myself, well, going out and drinking on the weekend, yeah, it's great, but it's going to make me feel like shit. I'm going to spend more money. Do you sort of get it? But when I need it to feel the emotions, I now have a much higher pull or a much stronger pull towards that behavior because it's a necessity. I necessitate it. Oh, fuck's sake. I can't say that word. But basically, like, do you get it? So once I have dealt with my emotional suppression and my emotional trauma in whatever form that may be, like, and I learn how to regulate my emotional state. So, literally within psychological engineering, that's why I created this. I created this to understand the conscious mind. Okay, so to understand how to structure the conscious mind, how to then structure the unconscious mind, because the conscious mind is our thoughts, our beliefs, our truths. It's our conscious focus. Our unconscious mind is our emotional states, our behaviors, our patterns, our instincts. Do you sort of get it? Our memory and all of that. So, like, if you're being sort of traumatized by past memory, like what that means is you have either overcompensated through your conscious memory focus or unconsciously the trauma that has ingrained that memory is so strong and so powerful that memory holds such a strong meaning that basically your brain has sort of hyper locked it as a priority synaptic pathway. So trauma does this. Okay, like highly emotional trauma or traumatic experiences, things like people being sexually assaulted, things like people being assaulted, their life being threatened, or having a near death experience. Like all of these things are highly traumatic in the sense that if we think of trauma, trauma is an unconscious association. Okay. So, like, trauma is just basically our brain saying, this is really important not to forget. So, we prioritize that information. So, like, if I think of something as being traumatic, okay, I am amplifying the emotion within the moment of the experience to such a high state that it is ingrained within my fight or flight response, within my survival instinct. So, like, for example, I personally like got threatened to be killed as a kid a lot whenever I wasn't fucking paying attention. So to me, when I am outside walking within communities, like there is no way that I cannot be sort of focused on the environment. Do you sort of get, I'm not allowed to ever become distracted. I always have to focus on the environment and be highly alert of my environment. Do you sort of get it? So like if I want to relax, I have to counteract that synaptic pathway because for me, like it doesn't matter what you say to me, like there is no like I literally have that much collected evidence that if you do not pay attention when you're out and about, predators will look for people who do not pay attention and they prey on them. Do you sort of get it? So if I don't pay attention, people fucking prey on me. Do you sort of get it? And they think that they can like try and bait me into fighting and all of that and stand over me and intimidate me and all of that. Do you sort of get it? So it's just we have to understand that like these traumatic events aren't that they're these highly negative events. We put a lot of negative emotion on it. Do you sort of get it? Like if I'm putting the negative emotion that me not being alert in society, in the community leads to my death or attack. Like, do you sort of get it? And I don't like that. I don't want that. Like, do you sort of get it? Now I'm putting a lot of emotional, like negative emotional meaning behind that experience or memory or that synaptic pathway to that synaptic pathway always triggers that emotional response. So when we're understanding the unconscious mind, I am re-engineering the emotional response of that experience so that when the synaptic pathway fires, I don't feel the emotional state that I experienced when I went through it. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, when I go out in public, when I go out in the community, like I'm always highly alert and highly aware, but I'm not stressed. Do you sort of get it? Like it doesn't cause me to feel fear or like it used to. It used to cause me to be really, really afraid. Do you sort of get it? To the point where like I used to walk around with a 12-inch hunting knife in my backpack. Do you sort of get it? Like it was life or death for me. Like, do you sort of get it? So we just understand this that like when I'm going through the process of dealing with the emotional trauma and I'm letting go to it, I'm re-encoding new emotional meaning to that memory or that synaptic pathway or that behavior or that addiction, okay, to where now whenever my brain triggers that response, the new emotional state is the state that I am in. And this is emotional state management. Do you sort of get it? So I have, for example, how I was able to do this for me personally is that like I just accept death. Like if you kill me, you kill me. Do you sort of get it? Like it doesn't matter. I'm not going to feel fear because you want me to feel fear. If you want to kill me, good for you. I don't care. Like you're just basically sending my consciousness back to the collective consciousness, and then I'm just going to reform into a new conscious being. Like you misunderstand. Like I have zero fear of death because death is just like it's just a system transfer. It's a transference of states. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, for me to let go to the emotional trauma of those experiences, well, it's pretty simple. I take behaviors and patterns that make it very, very difficult for someone to be next to me. Do you get it? Like I manage my spacing and distance with people. I make sure if you want to sneak up next to me that you have to come for me. So if you cross to my side of the street, I'll cross to the other side of the street. You cross back to that side of the street, I know you're coming for me. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, I just create systems and processes for me to overcome or counteract those fear-based responses. So, my fear-based response was that people got into a close proximity to me without my awareness and they had malintent. Do you sort of get it? So, rather than me always having to be hyper focused on my environment, I become hyper focused on individuals within my environment. Do you sort of get it? So I make sure that my spacing where I am, like, do you sort of get it? If you're walking faster than me, I'm going to slow down so you pass. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, I'll even stop if I have to. I'm not going to fucking speed up and sit there and try and outcompete you and have you get closer and closer and closer. I'm going to stop. I'm going to watch you walk past in a stance that is a defensive stance. Do you sort of get it? And then I'm just going to let you get to a safe distance of about 25 meters, and then I'm going to continue on. Like, do you sort of like it's not an emotional response. It's that if I'm going to fight, it's better that I fight standing looking at you than if I fight with my back turned to you. Do you sort of get it? I can't stop predators being in the environment, but my behavior, like, do you sort of get it? Can change. Like, so rather than me having a fear-based response where I'm intimidated by you, I just create a very logic-based process that is outside of emotion. Do you get it? So things that draw the emotion out of me or things that are trying to create an emotional response, I have to remove the emotion from it. And then I have to reinstill other emotion or new emotion. Does this make sense? So, like, when we're understanding addiction, when we're understanding overcoming addiction, the first step is to understand what addiction is. Do you get it? The second step is to create the psychological triggers, the psychological or the synaptic pathways. Do you sort of get it? And then we're linking those synaptic pathways to new memories and new emotional states, not the auto conditioned emotional states. So, like, for example, I have conditioned myself because I don't like to feel fear that if you should ever try to stand over me or intimidate me, like when you try to provoke fear out of me, all you will get is psychotic joy. I just become happy. I become psychotically happy and crazy, and it's like bloodlust. Do you get it? Like your attempt to elicit fear out of me or a fear response out of me is counteracted by the installate, like not installation, but the instilling of joy, but joy within psychotic rage. Do you get it? So, like, think of it like this. You've all seen a heavy metal concert and you've all seen the men in there, how they do the circles of death and things like that. There is a certain dimension or aspect within man to where if there's going to be destruction, there's going to be destruction. Do you know what I mean? If there's going to be violence, there's going to be violence. If there's going to be roughhousing, there's going to be roughhousing. And I fucking like roughhousing. Like, do you sort of get it? So it's that same state from the mosh pit where it's like the point of a mosh pit isn't to hurt people, it's to be rough with each other and bash into each other and to get hurt. Do you sort of get it? It's like a fun thing of me and you running head on at each other and hitting each other. It's not about me hurting you. It's not about you hurting me. It's about me fucking myself up and you fucking yourself up. Like, people misunderstand this and they think it's aggression and rage and ego and all of that. It's not that. It's just really fun to do stupid shit. So, like, what I'm explaining to you is this is the mindset and mentality and emotional state that someone eliciting or seeking to elicit fear out of me puts me in, to the point where I just want to fuck myself up. Do you sort of get it? So, if we're going to fight, we're going to fight. Let's fight as hard as we can, as long as we can. And if I get fucked up, like that was the whole point of me fighting. I don't care about hurting you. I don't care about winning the fight. I don't care about ego. Do you sort of get it? I just care about breaking shit. Like, do you get it? Like, I care about like just bashing and roughhousing and just doing all sorts of chaotic and violent things. Do you sort of get it? So we just understand like when we're doing it for addiction, what is the sort of emotional state that I want from sort of like a compulsive need for something. Do you sort of get it? So, like, we understand in addiction, there are two forms of addiction. So, there's the sort of medical and then the psychological. What we're talking about is psychological addiction. In the medical addiction, we would be thinking about things like dependency on the system and things like that. So it's an important thing to realize is that, like, for example, if you have been drinking for the past 40 years, like, you will have a high dependency on alcohol chemically for your system to operate because that's the new homeostasis system or balance or equilibrium is that amount of alcohol. So, like, we're not overly worried about that because I'm not a fucking doctor. Do you sort of get it? Like, we're not overly worried about the medicine side of it, but when we're talking about the psychological side of it and understanding the emotional aspect of addiction, okay, and when we're overcoming this, it is literally my expression of repressed emotion and my experience of perceived trauma. Do you get it? I have to experience more trauma than I physically did to limit and lower the sensation. I have to become comfortable within that pain and trauma. Do you get it? And the longer I sit in there, the more it breaks the ego's psychological hold. The more I sit in the fire, the less the fire burns me. Do you get it? So I'm not telling you to go sit in fire and fire's not going to burn you. That's fucking illogical. But what it means is the more I force myself into the discomfort of what I perceive to be painful, traumatic, or emotional, like, do you sort of get it? The longer I sit in that state, the more comfortable I become in that state. And at a certain point in time, I start looking around. And as I look around, I start to see the truth. Do you get it? So it's like, for me personally, with the trauma that happened to me as a child, like, it showed me the truth that the longer I sat in that fear, the longer I sat in that pain, in that suffering, it showed me the truth that one, pain is an illusion. It's just sensory data. Like, evidently, I can over or recode my sensory data. Do you sort of get it? Like, what happens to your body when adrenaline hits? What happens to your pain response? Your body can shut down pain responses. Pain is an illusion. Like it's all an illusionary fear. And then like the other thing is that fear is an illusion. Intimidation is an illusion. Negative is an illusion. Do you sort of get it? When I have something to lose, I have something on the line. When I have nothing to lose, I have nothing you can take from me. Do you get it? When I go into a situation with the understanding that the worst has already happened, and I'm just going to choose what emotional state I want to feel and be in. Do you sort of get it? So when we're thinking about this emotional trauma, my emotional trauma was fear, was violence. Do you sort of get it? Was helplessness. Like, if I'm going to be killed in life, if I'm going to be beaten in life, if I'm like, how do I want to live life? Irrespective of any of that, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Do you sort of get it? If people want to kill you, they want to kill you. If people want to beat you, they want to beat you. But how do you want to exist in life? Like, it's not like you can't change the external environment. So it's like this. I don't like being attacked. So I tell everyone and I make it abundantly clear that I become illogical in attack. If you choose to punch me in the face, I am going to try and kill you. And the only thing that will stop me killing you is your ability to defend yourself. So if you cannot stop me killing you, I will kill you because I don't want to be fucking attacked. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not apologizing to other people. If you can't control your emotional state, if you can't like fucking act and behave honorably and respectfully, like, I'll kill you if you attack me. And I mean every word of it with all of my heart. I will not feel an ounce of remorse for you. Do you get it? Like, we set a clear fucking boundary and we do not allow anyone to break that boundary. And if people show intention of breaking that boundary, like, I don't waste my time with them. I don't fucking waste my time with people who act like that, who act emotionally unstable. Like, do you sort of get it? If people can't handle their emotions and act with pure strategic logic, I don't associate with them because, like, I don't want to put up with their bullshit. Do you sort of get it? So, like, when you think about your addiction, when you think about your trauma, when you think about whatever it is you're overcoming, like, I'm not overcoming it to fucking continue experiencing it, motherfucker. I am overcoming it because if you put me back in that environment, like, no offense, but I don't give a fuck who you are as a man, how big you are, how bad you are. Like, within 3 seconds, I can kill you because I am going to assess based on your body positioning and your posturing what sort of where the least amount of your focus is in a critical spot where I only need 2 pounds of pressure to kill you, and I'm going to exert 20 pounds of pressure in my attack. So think about your throat and esophagus, think about your temple, think about your eye, think about your nose, think about your groin. Like, do you sort of get it? If I'm going to poke you in the eye, I'm going to push 20 kilos of pressure to get my finger into your fucking brain. If I hit you in the temple, I'm going to position my hand to get 1 point and I'm going to try and put 20 kilos of pressure there. And then basically, like, if I fucking break my finger doing it, so fucking be it. But like, I am going to fucking rattle your brain to the point where you die. Like, do you get it? So it's like we have to understand, like, whatever your emotional trauma is, like, you're not accepting that behavior because every time you accept that behavior or have tolerance or lenience for that behavior, you are sending a clear message to your unconscious mind that I am not worthy of this. Do you get it? When I gave up, I don't give a fuck about drinking. If I said I don't want to drink, like there's nothing you can pay me or do to make me drink. You put a gun to my head, I will pull the fucking trigger, motherfucker. There is no, like, you put me in a no-win scenario, I'll smile and choose death. Like, do you get it? Like, I'm not going back on my word because to go back on my word, I have to choose death. So if you put a life and death situation in front of me and tell me I have to break my word or die, I'm choosing to die because regardless of anything, the choice is death. There is my word and my fucking word. Anything less is fucking not acceptable. Do you sort of get it? So it's this level that we're compounding and building within our speech and action and our embodiment. Who do you want to be? So remember, when we're understanding addiction, the only way to heal addiction is from the higher consciousness after breaking out of the ego. So when I am in that higher consciousness, I am now in the state of creation of the new ego or identity of self. I can become someone else. I can, or not so much become someone else, but I can become who I want to be. So, should I want to be a kind person? Should I want to be a truthful person? Like, it's literally what makes me a kind person or a truthful person is literally my words and actions. Like, my words and fucking action. They are the only thing that create change. Everything else, if I don't speak or act, nothing happens. Nothing exists. I can think all the fuck I want, but if I do not speak and I do not act, nothing fucking happens. Do you get it? So, like, if you have a negative belief, if you have a negative urge or impulse. Like there are times, many times in my life, where I get the urge to kill people because they do stupid things. Like, do you sort of get it? But it's like it's illogical. Like, do you get it? It doesn't make logical sense. So, like, if I have negative urges, if I have negative beliefs, if I feel these negative actions, if I do not speak on them, if I do not act on them, they do not fucking exist. Do you get it? So, like, I self regulate and limit by becoming disciplined within my speech and action. Do you get it? Like, if I'm trying to give up drinking, if I'm always talking about stories and times of me going out drinking, I am sort of creating the urge and the desire and sort of, I'm reminiscing, I'm idolizing. So it's like I have to cut that speech out. That it's like, yeah, I used to drink, but like it's just not me anymore. Do you get it? I can't bring that old identity with me. So in my higher consciousness, I create the new identity and I let go to the old identity. Do you sort of get it? So I can keep myself, but it's like for me, I let go to drinking and just I'd rather go hiking than drinking. I'd rather smoke weed than drink. Like, do you get it? Like, I'm not bringing the drinking with me saying how great drinking used to be and now my life is theirs. Motherfucker, I chose this life. Do you sort of get it? I chose to give up drinking. I chose to give up sex addiction. Like, this is the life I wanted. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not suffering, like, in no part or state. Like, the illusion of suffering is the fucking ego. Like, do you get it? So, all the resistance within you, if it is not emotional trauma being repressed, and if it is not your emotional suppression of your desires or emotions that you want to feel, it's psychological, it's ego. Do you sort of get it? And then there's your behaviors. And your behaviors literally are the aspect that make you feel comfortable. Do you get it? But they don't create the illusion that the action or the behaviors are part of who you are in your identity. Like, do you sort of get it? If you change your behaviors tomorrow, your behaviors don't care. The only thing you will experience is the uncomfortable feeling of creating new synaptic pathways and developing new synaptic pathways. It'll feel uncomfortable, like you're doing something different from the usual. It's just your synaptic pathways developing. Do you sort of get it? Everything, but everything in resistance that you feel or that you experience is fucking ego. So it's like once you realize that, it's like the second I have dealt with my emotional suppression, the second I have dealt with my emotional trauma, do you sort of get it? And the way we let go to emotional trauma is I have to have new actions moving forward. Do you sort of get it? If someone attacks me, I make it abundantly clear prior to them thinking of attacking me that I am going to choose consciously to try and kill them, and I am not giving any quarter. I don't care if I live or die. Do you get it? I don't want to be attacked. If you attack me and you put me down that path, I am consciously saying, fuck you. I am going to kill you. And your only option is to kill me. Like, do you get it? Like, that's a new action moving forward. I make it abundantly clear there is no day under the sun where attacking me is something you benefit from. Like, regardless. I don't give a fuck if you want to intimidate me. I don't give a fuck if you want to offend me. I don't give a fuck if you want to show me you're more dominant. I don't give a fuck. The only thing I will give a fuck about is either dying or killing you. Like, do you get it? Nothing else. Like, you will get no emotional victory. You will get no ego victory because, like, unless you are like a UFC grade fighter, like the best of the best, like, you will not have sufficient, like, sufficiently ingrained defensive strategies for the specific attacks that I do. Like if you're a UFC level fighter, you will be able to dominate me in striking or whatever. Do you sort of get it? You'll be able to take me out of my element. But if you're not able to take me out of my element and you try to fight egotistically, I am going to just overwhelm you. Do you sort of get it? So we just understand, like, it doesn't have to be like that. Do you get it? My new action forward can be whatever it can be. So one of my new actions forward when I was letting go to my anger was just always choosing kindness. Do you sort of get it? Like it's a kind thing to tell someone that you're going to take their two front teeth if they fuck with you. Because if you don't tell them and you just take their two front teeth, they feel like they've been robbed. But if you tell them before, I will take your two front teeth if you fuck with me. Well, they just know that was the outcome that was happening. And they chose to try and go against that outcome. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, understand this, like, when we're thinking about psychology, when we're thinking about emotional trauma, why the fuck is it emotional trauma? Why is it emotional trauma to you? Because you don't want to fucking experience it again. So if you want to be a pacifist, if you want to be a fucking pushover, if you like, that's great. I don't give a fuck. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if you want peace, love, and joy, and all of that, and you say to yourself, like, let's say people treated you like you were worthless your whole life, and you say, I want to find a peaceful solution that if people don't see my worth, like, fuck them. I don't care. Do you sort of get it? Like, I don't have to interact with other people. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not about controlling the environment, it's about controlling the internal state of being. Like, does this make sense? So, whatever your trauma is, like, whatever the best path for you is. But if you only, like, if you make it your intention to harm me and there is no option of another better path, the best path for me is to just let go and become highly psychotic. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, I'm always taking the best option. I'm not choosing violence because of ego. Like, do you get it? So when I'm choosing these like actions moving forward or next actions, or if this were to happen again, this is what I would do. It is so I don't ever have to second guess myself because that's what creates that memory recall and that loop. So think about it like this, and this is for anyone who has like fucking had someone die on them, being the reason that someone died because they couldn't save them. Like, unless you create a process on how you would save that person, if you could re-go back and do it with the exact knowledge that you have, like, unless you have that process, you will always be emotionally haunted by that because there will always be question and doubt. Did I do enough? Did I do this? So when I'm creating this new action moving forward or these new processes for how I would deal with it, it's very important that I'm letting go to everything that happened. Do you get it? But I'm keeping this process because this is the wisdom that I have gotten from that horrible accident, from that horrible instance. Do you sort of get it? I have to give myself the grace to allow myself to forget. Otherwise, I am always going to be living with that trauma. Do you sort of get it? So psychologically, how do I let go to that? And one of the ways I let go to it is I create a system or a structure or a process to deal with it, and I memorize that process. Do you sort of get it? So sort of like I said to you, if you attack me, like if I feel like you are threatening me or going to attack me or there is intention to attack me, without anyone provoking anything, I will just simply say, as soon as I feel that you're trying to intimidate me through the threat of violence, like without anyone cueing it, I'll just let you know, and I'll just say to you, like, if you choose to attack me, like I am going to choose to kill you. So if you cannot stop me from killing you, I am going to kill you today. And should you be the warrior who kills me, I am glad. I will give you grace after. Like, do you get it? I don't give a fuck if I live or die. If you're putting me in the situation of violence as being the only option, like I let go to any and everything that could ever hold fear over me. I don't give a fuck. Like if you create pain, if you rip my arm off, I'm still going to attack you. Like I'm willing to lose an arm. I'm willing to lose a leg. I'm willing to lose. Do you sort of get it? Like these are all the processes. Like, do you get it when I'm overcoming that situation? I'm doing it in detail. I'm going through every little thing. So, like, for example, let's say I was a soldier and I had another soldier who died from gunshot wounds, and I was trying to treat him, and I wasn't really, medically proficient. Like I knew basic medicine of how to try and stop bleeding, but nothing more. Do you sort of get it? Like I go through like a forensic investigator that situation once, and I identify all the different variables, all the ways of overcoming. Like let's say like an artery was nicked and there was internal bleeding, and then a lung was punctured, and then other critical things, and there's blood loss and all of this. So, how would I deal with the blood loss? How would I deal with the punctured lung? How would I deal with the nicked artery? And I'm creating this really structured process and system so that that's what I'm holding on to. I let go to the emotional trauma and memory of the experience. And now I have the sort of detailed breakdown and after action report of the experience. And what that allows me to do is one, disassociate, but also to psychologically shift from being that I'm thinking about this experience and re-experiencing it because there's question of who I am and my worth and all of this. And I'm now creating a valuable system and process so that I can use their sacrifice to help others. Do you sort of get it? And I'm psychologically redefining or rearranging that trauma to now it's a fuel of power for me. And then psychologically, I am giving myself grace to let go and forget, but I'm also saying my farewells and letting them go. Like, do you get it? Like, it's just a process. So, like, you can understand this in relationships. When I'm in a relationship and there's a breakup, it's highly traumatic, highly emotional, highly charged. As time goes on, sort of like the trauma starts to fade and the emotions start to fade and all of that. And after about 10, 15 years, like that relationship is just like it's a description. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really invoke or hold the same emotional meaning or trauma. So that's the process we're just doing, is we're just disassociating ourselves from the trauma and sort of the impact of the experience, but we're not devaluing that experience by forgetting it. We are taking the lessons that we got and the information we got out of that experience and we're holding on to that and we're letting go to the emotional aspect of it. Do you sort of get it? And we have to give ourselves grace because like I don't control the external environment. I only control the internal environment. Do you sort of get it? I could never save that person. Like that's the physical impossibility. Like, it's not to say that like medicine can't save someone, but it's to say that like I have no control of the external environment. I only have the control over my internal environment and then how I choose to express that in the external environment. Do you sort of get it? So, like, I can't fix the mistakes of my past. I can only become better for my future. I can only create a better future. Do you sort of get it? So I have to give myself the grace that like I could never save that person because if I could have saved them, it would have happened. Do you get it? Like it's an experience that has already passed that I cannot get any sort of like forgiveness from. I can't redo it. I can't redo that experience. Do you sort of get it? I can only change how I show up in the next experience. Do you get it? So like I have to give myself grace that like if I made a mistake, I made a mistake. Do you get it? If I couldn't save someone, I couldn't save someone. Like, do you get it? I couldn't defend myself when I was a child. So I have to let go to that fear of not being able to defend myself. Do you get it? But I don't let go to that fear of not being able to defend myself by forgetting it. It will never happen. That fear will always be there. I'm just masking it. The only way for me to let go to my fear of being helpless is to learn from that situation what caused the fear of being helpless, identify what actions I would take moving forward, develop out those skills, develop out those things. Do you sort of get it? And then become that person. And now, as that person, I'm letting go to it because I don't need that memory anymore. I am already that person. Do you get it? Like we're growing and then we're letting go to the past self so that the new self can exist and so that we can create the future self without the past holding us. But the past is the reason we are standing here today. So the past, when we let go to it, we're not letting go to anything. It's just simply, it's not a part of what is relevant to my identity of self right now. Do you sort of get it? If I couldn't save someone 10 years ago, but I am now highly competent and capable at saving people, like that trauma doesn't have to come with me. Do you get it? I let go to the idea that I wasn't able to save people. Do you sort of get it? Like I give myself the grace that that was a lesson in learning. Do you get it? So, like a lesson for me in learning was understanding what the threat was. Evidently, before I even knew there was a threat, well, I wasn't prepared for it, was I? But now that I understand the threat, I'm always prepared for it. So I don't ever have to worry about it. I don't ever have to prepare for it. Like, do you get it? But if I'm always continuing to carry that trauma, to carry that baggage, to carry that emotional state or that memory, well, now I'm always in this conflict between being someone who is helpless and being someone who is highly capable and competent. So I seek and I am a highly capable and competent person, but I always feel that insecurity of being helplessness. Like, do you get it? Being helpless. So I have to let go to that so I can only be this confident, capable person. Do you sort of get it? So, like in my addiction, I have to let go to whatever my addiction was, i.e., my sex addiction. Celibacy was the path because while I was not celibate, I couldn't sort of see beyond the fog because I was still fucking in the murky waters. Like, do you get it? Like, I have to separate and distance myself from that old behavior. So, whatever it is, if you're looking to give up drinking, like you have to abstain from it so that you can either develop new habits around it and new beliefs around it and new sort of a new relationship with it, or I'm removing it completely and I'm removing the memory of it. Do you get it? Like, I don't sit around and think about times I used to drink. Like, it's irrelevant. Like, the way I view it is like people piss me off when they drink. Like, do you get it? Like, not that people piss me off, but like everyone's a dick. Everyone's an asshole. Everyone's around jerking each other off, saying how great they are, and all this talking shit. Like, it just pisses me off. Like, why would I want to be around those people? Like people that just superficially talk shit and do stupid shit and like act like idiots. Do you sort of get it? So like if I'm thinking about stupid idiots, I'll get memories of drinking. But if I'm thinking about what I want in life, like the memories aren't there because like it's not something that I associate as being something that I want to hold on to. Do you get it? So like when I'm choosing to let go to the addiction, okay, and I'm creating this new identity of self, like what is the new identity of self? And we just understand the identity of self is the individual self identity. So me as this individual is my ego. Do you get it? My unconscious mind is the conscious co-pilot that is my emotional state. Like, do you get it? And my biochemical state, my behaviors. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, that's my enacted or reinforced habitual patterns. Like, does this make sense? So when we're understanding this, like when I'm letting go to the addiction, when I'm creating this new identity of self, it's like, what are the behaviors that I want to have? Like, what emotions do those behaviors make me feel? And I'm just constructing this. So I'm identifying that the new behaviors I want to have is I want to be kinder. And kindness makes me feel happy, content. It makes me feel connected. It makes me feel a part of something. Like I'm just choosing what I want it to feel. And then I am embodying the behavior of being kind. And then I am artificially feeling or triggering that emotional state through my conscious mind and my unconscious mind through alignment. Do you get it? When I'm creating the new version of myself or new this future version of myself or this future self, like I am choosing what are the behaviors that I want. What do I want to feel from those behaviors? What what do I want to speak? Like how do I want to speak? How do I want to think? Do you sort of get it? What do I want to consume? And I'm just choosing all of that. And now I'm creating that. Do you get it? So rather than me seeking to lose an addiction, I am simply just updating my identity of self, my conscious and my unconscious, or my psychological and emotional identity of self. And then I'm just updating my behavioral patterns from my higher consciousness. Do you sort of get it? And then it's my embodiment or the embodiment of my actions is like the physical reinforcement or compounding of the belief of the truth of my actions, of my words. Do you get it? Every day I tell myself I am not an alcoholic. I am reinforcing the belief that I am not an alcoholic. Do you sort of get it? Every time I walk past the pub without missing beer, I'm reinforcing the belief that I am not an alcoholic. And I'm just doing that. And that belief becomes the strongest to the point where you can't pay me to drink alcohol. Do you get it? It's not that I'm not an alcoholic, but it's just to me, I don't value that. So that's on the lowest end of what I personally value in my hierarchy of value and meaning. So it's like you couldn't pay me to do it because I see it as a pointless activity. I see it as a pointless behavior. Do you get it? I've just reallocated the meaning and redefined the meaning to be dis pleasurable, and I've hyper focused and leveraged myself to pleasure. I allow myself to do what I think is enjoyable, what I enjoy, what I think is fun. I always move and I only move towards what I want. And I do not accept what I don't want because I want to have a sensitivity to what I don't want. I don't like, you know what I mean? As soon as someone acts or behaves in a way that I don't like, I'm good. I'm out. Like, you don't have to try and convince me you're a good person. Like, once I see who you are, I see who you are. There's no point, like, do you sort of get it? It's not to say that we do it in an egotistical way where I'm judging you, but it's like, if you're like, if 70% of the time that I spend time with you, you're angry, agitated, very sort of volatile in your emotional states and your behaviors and things like that. Like, I'm not going to argue against that for the 30%. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not that you're a bad person and all of this. It's literally what are the behaviors? What are the emotional states that I want to be in? Well, if I'm around people who are angry, I'm going to be angry. Do you sort of get it? Or I'm fighting against anger to be happy. Like, do you sort of get it? So we just understand, like, for me in recovery from whatever addiction, like I don't want to be fighting against my environment. I'm creating my environment to complement or to sort of amplify the decision I've made. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, 12-step programs in alcohol addiction, really, really effective, mostly because of the religious faith and structure because like it gives you something to be a part of, but it also sort of like it shows you a path after the addiction. Do you sort of get it? So it's sort of like it's really easy to believe that it works. Do you sort of get it? Like your belief is ego based. If you believe it works, if you don't believe it works, it's it's not real. Do you sort of get it? Because your ego misleads facts and creates illusions and things like that to amplify or to not amplify, but to basically justify positions. So it'll create the argument. Do you sort of get it? Even if the argument's not based in logic, reason, or fact, it'll just create the argument. So we understand this as 1 second. Alrighty. So it's like this. An easy way to think about it is the ego always argues for the second worst option. The ego is always going to be the one that resists what is best for you. Do you get it? Any resistance towards what is best for you is ego based. Like, do you sort of get it? So it's an illusion because the ego is based out of fact. The ego will manipulate fact. Do you sort of get it? The ego will create illusions to continue behavior, to keep the addiction. Do you sort of get it? So we just know it's all an illusion. And we just have a rule that what I choose in my higher consciousness, so I enter my higher consciousness by understanding that, I have the addiction. I admit it to myself. I look at the truth in every situation. I try to see perspectives outside of myself. And what this is entering a quantum state of potential within your mind. As I move from my conscious mind to my higher consciousness, I am now in this new state of potential or quantum state of potential where what we're able to do is we are able to formulate through the conscious frequency and sort of give form or give structure to form. Do you sort of get it? So I am creating in the higher consciousness. I am able to consciously create the structure of the new me. And then I am literally giving it through my embodied behaviors. Do you sort of get it? So we realize like any egotistical argument against what is best for me, what is the best option is bullshit. It's an illusion. It's illogical. Even though it may sound logical, it's always illogical because my higher consciousness only understands truth. Do you sort of get it? So you could think of your higher consciousness as your conscious voice, but that voice you hear in your head is your unconscious identity of self or your unconscious mind. Do you sort of get it? So, like, think of it like this. Your higher consciousness is simply when your conscious mind and unconscious mind merge together. Do you sort of get it in a space that is outside of your conscious mind or your unconscious mind? So, if you want to understand the higher consciousness in terms of thought and speech, it's literally when I don't have ego in my speech and when I don't have emotion in my speech. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, I'm speaking from a position of not egotistically thinking I know, but just unconscious knowing. And I'm speaking from a place of unconditionality where there is no emotion. Like, do you sort of get it? It's not that like it's emotionless. It's just that there's no separation between happy and sad, between anger and between love and peace and war and all of this. It's all the same. They're just different frequencies of emotion or different aspects or dimensions of emotion, but it's all the same overarching frequency of emotion or energetic state of emotion. So we start to understand, like, when we're trying to overcome any addiction, like it's not difficult. Like in the moment that you choose and decide, I want to overcome it, you have overcome it. And you focus in and you visualize that person and how they feel and what they talk about and what they do and what they move to in life and what their life looks like and what their relationships look like. And you're just identifying that and then feeling, allowing yourself to feel the full range of different emotions. And you're just categorizing the different emotional states or the frequencies of each emotion. And then in every action in life, when I feel that frequency of emotion, that is the action I'm meant to take. When it doesn't feel like that, when it feels wrong or off, I know that's misalignment. Our emotional states are what make us feel aligned or help us to energetically align to things. If I want to know truth, it is through my emotional state that I will feel what is true and what is right. That's how we know truth. Like you just know truth. If people say that like everyone has a right to be equal, like it's not that you think that that's right, it's you just know it's right because you just believe that you have a right to be equal. Like, do you sort of get it? Like it's not egotistical that I think everyone should be equal because, if everyone is equal, this, and this happens, and this, and this would happen, and the world will be this. And like, do you sort of get that's just ego, justifying, arguing, convincing. So we understand truth doesn't need justification. It's either true or not. Do you sort of get it? Like, so when I'm thinking of my addiction, there's a truth. If I ask myself, am I addicted to this? Yes or no? Like, if I say no and I feel like that's the wrong answer, like, evidently the truth is yes. If I say yes and that feels like the wrong answer, evidently the truth is no. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, so I'm using my conscious and unconscious mind in collaboration, not competition. I'm not saying no and feeling like this isn't the right option and just saying, no, I'm not an addict. I'm not addicted to anything. Fucking what? Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm trusting my unconscious identity and my emotional state to be honest and truthful with me. Do you sort of get it? But the only way I can do that is if I allow it to speak in the full range of language. So I stop suppressing emotions and repressing them, and I start expressing them within me. So if I want love in life, I speak love into my life. And I tell myself I want love in life. I don't act like I don't want love in life to myself when all I want is love in life. Like that would be fucking egotistical. You would have to be the biggest dickhead in the world to act like that. Do you sort of get it? Because like I am the one that is going against what I desire at my own expense for what I believe other people think would be the right thing to do or something like that. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, if I am arguing egotistically for my addiction, creating resistance from if I've said, yes, I am addicted to alcohol, and no, I don't want alcohol in my life again. Do you sort of get it? Like, anything that goes against that fundamental truth that I have expressed to myself is egotistical bullshit. Like, no argument trumps that because that truth isn't based within ego. That truth is based outside of ego. When I just don't want something in my life anymore, it's not ego. Like, if I don't want something in my life anymore, you can't pay me to fucking deal with that. Do you sort of get it? I dealt with a lot of egotistical people in love. You could not fucking pay me money to date someone egotistical. I don't give a fuck what they look like. Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not what I want. Do you sort of get it? So, like, it becomes self repulsive where it repels me. Do you sort of get it? So, like, I created the psychological and emotional repellent for alcohol, and that is simply removing it from my identity of self. I only want to be authentic to me. If alcohol isn't a part of my identity of self, then it is inauthentic to me. Do you sort of get it? So, like, we're structuring and removing in the psychological and emotional state anything that we don't want. So, when I say that, like, alcohol, I don't want it in my life anymore, like, I'm then going through and I am removing it emotionally and psychologically from every aspect of my life. Do you sort of get it? And it's not by like me trying to force myself to forget all the bad things and all this and that. No, it's by me just saying, like, I don't give a fuck who I used to be. Like, you cannot pay me enough money to fucking drink alcohol. You cannot pay me to sit there and put up with egotistical fucking cunts. I don't give a fuck. Like, do you sort of get it? You could offer me $2 fucking billion and I would punch you in the face for acting that disrespectfully to me. Because if I've said no, like motherfucker, I have said no. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not going back on my word. So understand this, like, for you to reach this place is two things: belief and trust. Do you sort of get it? So you can earn belief and trust in whichever way you want to understanding this truth. Do you get it? That if I make a decision, all I have to do is be disciplined. Addiction is only behavior. Do you sort of get it? You just got to trust and believe that that's the truth. Once you trust and believe that's the truth, like, you've got that information. Do you get it? You don't have to become a master of the universe to fucking heal your addiction. You can do it like that. Like, it's all just psychological. Do you sort of get it? Once you make a decision and then you just re-engineer your mind to basically not value or not see the addiction as being something part of your identity of self. Like, why the fuck are you carrying around a suitcase that's empty? It has no meaning. It holds no value. It's empty. Why are you carrying it around? Do you sort of get it? So it's psychological and emotional. Once you break those, like, it holds no value. Oh, the only value it holds is the conditioned memory retention, the pattern, the behavioral pattern. All I have to do is physically break the behavioral pattern of speech and enacted action or behavior. Do you sort of get it? Every day is just me choosing the speech and the behavior to embody the desired future that I want. Do you sort of get it's not like there's no willpower, there's no, like, you're not fighting demons, you, like, you're just literally making a choice and then you're just realizing any argument against that choice is egotistical. It's an illusion. I don't trust anything I say against what is best for me. I don't give a fuck how convincing it is. Do you sort of get it? So if I sit there and I reminisce and I think, oh, how much I would like to go and drink and get drunk and all, like, fuck that. Like, do you sort of get, like, I'm not entertaining that thought. That thought can go and suck a fucking dick because I don't want a fucking bar of it. Do you sort of get it? Like I've chosen what I want and I don't give a fuck about anything in life but what I want. Do you sort of get it? So think about it like this, like your addiction is you coping and settling for suffering. Do you get it? Like it usually comes from like self-worth issues, self-belief issues, emotional trauma, emotional suppression and repression. Do you get it? Like the answer to addiction is self-empowerment, self-belief, and self-value, self-validation. Motherfucker, you choose who you want to be in life and you punch anyone in the face who tries to convince you you're not that person. Like you become the fucking cheerleader for you. You become the fucking fan base for you. Do you sort of get it? You become the fucking army that is backing up every word you say. Motherfucker, if you think I'm going against a word that I say, you've got to understand there is a fucking million of me standing behind me that I got to turn around and try and convince. Do you sort of get it? Like it's not happening. It's never going to happen. Do you sort of get it? Like, because I'm that in on myself. Do you get irrespective of if other people fucking see it, if other people don't, irrespective of if other people believe I'm valuable, if they don't, I don't give a fuck. If I say something, I have fucking said it. Do you get it? Like if I say something, I have fucking said it. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, feels, or believes. I have fucking said it. I will fucking back up what I say with my actions and words. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, any resistance that you think or perceive that you face is an illusion of that old identity of self that wants to be worthless, that wants to be valueless, that wants to be, a victim, mistreated, all of this, because it gave them an excuse to not change, to not address it, to hide. It takes courage to stand and face yourself. Do you get it? Takes courage to say I was addicted to this and I chose not to be. Like, do you get it? It takes courage to embody that. It's easy not to. Like, do you sort of get it? It takes courage to change your behavioral patterns. But like, the point of life is death. If you're trying to avoid death in life, like evidently you've misunderstood fucking life. Like, do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, like if your idea of dealing with your addiction is to avoid it, like you've misunderstood the point of your addiction. Like you've misunderstood, like it's just teaching you a behavioral pattern that you didn't learn younger, or it is teaching you that you have trauma or emotions that you're having to deal with that you haven't dealt with. Like, do you get it? It's a byproduct. It's an outcome. Like you can't change addiction by changing addiction. That's like trying to change the water with water. How the fuck are you changing water with water? Do you sort of get it? But if I remove the hydrogen from the water, is it water? Like, do you get it? When we understand this, what we're fucking understanding is that like I'm not trying to heal a cut with a cut. I'm not trying to get a result with a result. Like, does this make sense? Because the result is a static outcome. It is a byproduct. The result of. The of is the variable of change. The variable of change creates the outcome. The outcome is a result of the variable of change. My actions and my behaviors and my speech, or my speech and my actions, are the only variable of change. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, they're the only ones. If I never take action on my addiction doesn't exist. It doesn't matter how much compulsion I have, how much psychological addiction, emotional addiction. If I never take the action, it never exists. It can never manifest. So, like, think about it like this. If I'm thinking about addiction as being an external variable, so it's something that, like, the drugs addict me, rather than me seeing it as a behavioral of my emotional trauma and emotional suppression and behaviors lead, or coping behaviors lead me to addictive tendencies. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, the only way I can stop the drug getting me addicted is to remove the drug. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, it's external. But how do I remove the desire for the drug? It's impossible because the drug just has it has a control of its own. Do you get it? When it's a behavior, it's quite easy. How do I stop the behavior? How do I stop the urge for the behavior? I simply choose a new behavior. Do you get it? Like, I simply choose to embody a new way of being or a new identity of self that is simply absent of the addiction. And then I create my reality from that foundation, and the addiction ceases to exist in my environment or my reality. It's just a matter of how long does it take to fade away. How long do I have to, for example, go without alcohol or having alcohol as a part of my identity or in my life before it holds no value over me? Do you sort of get it? Like months, years. Do you sort of get it? If I'm like, I don't know, I gave up drinking when I was 28. So that was like 7 years ago. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, I haven't drunk since. I haven't had an urge to drink since. But that's just because it's not a part of who I am. But prior to losing that identity of self, every compulsion wanted me to drink. All I wanted to do was drink. Do you sort of get it? So, like, we start to understand this, and it's like my identity of self is the internal reinforcement of what I identify that I want either to be, emulate, or have in this life. To lose the addiction is not to overcome the addiction, it is to remove the addictive behavioral tendency from my self identity or my identity of self, my conscious identity of self, and my unconscious identity of self. Do you get it? My behaviors are my enacted intention. So, like, my behaviors are my conscious decisions and unconscious decisions. Do you sort of get it? Like, my behavior is just like the physical manifestation of my conscious intention and unconscious intention. Like, do you get it? So, like, my behaviors, while they can influence my addictions and lead me into addictions, like, for example, smoking, because I smoke, 2, 3 days in a row and all of that, it sort of just becomes a habit or a behavior, and then it becomes stronger from there. Do you sort of get it? But, like, my behaviors don't care if I'm addicted or if I'm not. Do you sort of get it? There's no meaning in my behaviors. My behaviors are just physical outcomes. Do you sort of get my words don't care how they're spoken? Like, the words just are the words. It is my conscious and unconscious mind that is putting the meaning behind them. So my behavior holds no meaning. Do you get it? So, like, psychologically, I don't have to convince my behaviors that they're bad. Like, do you get it? Like, my behaviors don't give a fuck or know if they're good or bad. It's just a response that triggers or gets a specific biochemical, like, result or response or state within the body. Do you sort of get it? the orchestrator and the mastermind to my biochemical state is my conscious and unconscious mind. Does this make sense? So it's like the resistance will never come from my behaviors. It'll only ever come from my conscious and unconscious mind. Because my conscious and unconscious mind are sort of like they're the co-pilots of this form. Do you sort of get it? And the higher consciousness is simply the consciousness that exists when those two collaborate. Do you sort of get it? When I understand my emotional state and then I understand the psychological state of my words, I now understand the psychological emotional transfer of my emotions within my words or something like that. Like, do you sort of get it? Like, as I understand within my addiction that the physical addiction is simply and purely behavioral, and that behavioral is not the decision maker, but is the one responding to decisions made, I now focus my address on the decision makers. But I don't look to compete and dominate them. It's about alignment and collaboration. If my unconscious mind, my emotional state is in a state of equilibrium or, like balance, where there's a baseline to I feel good, I feel the emotionally how I want to feel in every moment of every day. Like my unconscious mind is not going to be looking or seeking for direct or impulsive, sort of not impulsive, but short term like hits. Do you sort of get it? Like consciously, if my conscious mind understands language and that I can consciously convince myself that negative behaviors are positive for me. Like once I understand that anything but what I have decided is best for me is an illusion, like I'm just choosing the opposite. So, like my path of embodiment to creating or coming out of addiction. So, like my recovery path through embodiment for addiction is simply me choosing consciously what is the best for me creating the psychological foundation and framework for who I want to be, me creating the emotional stability and the emotional balance within myself and dealing with my traumas and my emotional repression and understanding all dimensions and aspects of my emotions. Like it's just simply embodiment. Like that's it. So once I realize like anything my conscious mind or ego says to convince me that my decision is wrong is an illusion, I just stop accepting that sensory input or that data. Do you sort of get it? Once I balance my emotional states, my emotions are balanced. I'm always in the emotional state that I want to be in. I feel good. I'm at peace. I now focus in on what feels good to me, not what gives me responses. Do you sort of get it? And then I'm just working on the behaviors, which are just the physical reinforcement of my conscious thoughts and beliefs and truths and my emotional states. Do you sort of get it? It's really important to understand this because it's just embodiment is just choosing. Do you sort of get it? In every moment, if I've said I choose the best option, I just take the best option. Like, I don't have to have any decision making. There's no right or wrong action. Do you sort of get it? There's only what I believe is right and wrong for me. So, if in a point of clarity I decide that alcohol is not right for me, I'm not arguing against it. Do you get it? Even if I start feeling cravings for alcohol or anything like that, like I'm not arguing against that. Like I already, in clarity, I knew what the truth is. So why the fuck would in this ego haze of, you know, craving or compulsion or urges, like why would that be clearer than when I was fucking in clarity? Like it's illogical for me to think any justification or argument for justification of continuing on the addiction is like logical. Like that's an illusion. Do you sort of get it? So I stop arguing against myself and I just realize the illusion that like if my ego is in alignment with the truth, it's in truth. As soon as it tries to go against that truth, my ego is trying to fucking hijack my behavioral patterns. Do you sort of get it? To create or get a specific biochemical state. So I'm just not suppressing the ego, but I'm just ignoring the ego because the ego is full of shit. In no way, shape, or form can anyone say continuing on the addiction is the right move. If I've decided in higher consciousness that I don't want to be an alcoholic or I don't want to drink anymore, like I don't enjoy drinking anymore, any argument against that is fucking illusion. Like for me to entertain the argument against what I have decided is disrespecting myself and showing myself that I am not worth the trust I put in myself. Do you sort of get it? I'm building trust and belief within myself through my speech and actions. The journey of recovery or embodiment is simply me building up my new self identity through repeated speech and repeated action. And that is how we engineer ourselves out of addiction. All right, that's going to finish off this one, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And just remember, if you ever want, on my website, you can sign up for a free workshop and I will go through this in detail with you. And you'll get all 5 of my books.